My name is Cassie and I'm the founder of Fatco, where we use these guys to make this stuff. Let me explain. At Fatco, we specialize in making natural and organic skin and body care products, many of which contain tallow. It's nutrient dense and healing. It's extremely high in vitamins A, D, K, and E, all super important for skin health. It's natural, it's healthy, and it's sustainable.
That people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet. To me, that makes no sense whatsoever.
My opinion, Patrick Williams had a phenomenal rookie season. I feel like on the defensive end, he played well. He guarded the team's best players.
Wake your ass up, motherfuckers. It's fucking Wednesday. Mike, I'm gonna start cursing more, just letting you know. My goal is to get us demonetized. It's the Prideful Takes podcast. It is March 16th.
316 day.
Yes, sir. Hit him with the down. Which, by the way, if Stone Cold is not at this year's Mania, and look at that. And right here, the funny part, somehow he's even more bold in real life. That's the craziest part about it. If Stone Cold is not at Mania, I'm going to have to speak to someone's manager. I might start boycotting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Prideful Takes podcast. It is your boy Pride, joined by Mike. Mike, how you feeling today, my dude?
Feeling good. Can't complain like always.
Damn, I'm telling y'all, bro. Mike low-key want to punch me in my throat. I'm telling you. Mike just want to be like, I hate you. Bah! And then,
I don't have hate in my heart.
You just have strong dislike. I get it. I'm with you.
I ain't got nothing. Just
Mike is like, I'm chilly. He's like, I'm living my best life. He's like, I ain't worried about these fuckers.
Pretty much.
We're gonna talk about the WrestleMania format. Them going to 2 nights lately, past couple years. Is it a good idea? We'll get into that. And speaking of Mania, it seems like Seth Rollins is lost after taking an L to Kevin Owens. I actually watched it. I actually was scared that Owens was going to lose his spot. Not even going to lie. I really thought that this is some last second bamboozling that
we used to seeing shit like that.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? And it's always around Mania where like there's always that left that like just happens for no reason whatsoever. So when I tell you I was scared, I was nervous, I was shaking in my boots. I was beyond scared, bro. Thank God KO still won. But before we get on to all that, a legitimate legend, a real life GOAT died, bro. Scott Hall, by far. Oh my lord! Like,
good guy.
When I was younger, I always thought that like the old guys, just go away. Swear to God, I used to think that. And I remember the first time I actually saw Scott Hall was in TNA. And it was just crazy because like the first time I saw him, he was coming from like the crowd. And all of a sudden he had that little one strand of hair that just looks too perfect. And all of a sudden he just goes, hey, yo. I knew nothing about him. This is before I found out that him and Shawn had that phenomenal ladder match. This is before I realized he was one of the best talkers ever. How he was great in the ring, how his psychology was perfect. Like, this is before all of that. My guy said, hey, yo. And I'm like, yeah, give him the title. He old as shit. Who gives a fuck? Like, give him the title. Mike, would you like to say some words on behalf of the late, great Scott Hall?
So I got into wrestling. I want to say the early 2000s. I almost said late 2000s. The early 2000s, right? I want to say right when Cena came. I probably like started watching it like on television. But as far as like the old school, I always had watched it on VHS. That's how old I am. My uncle had tapes of a lot of pay-per-views. And one pay-per-view that always stood out to me was WrestleMania 18, his match with Stone Cold. And all up leading up to that, I've been watching NWO stuff, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and that's where I fell in love with NWO. still love him to this day, even though Hulk Hogan, he said a couple of dumb shit in his lifetime, but
Pretty
he
much
was
story
still
of his
part of
life.
the NW. He was still part of the NWO. So like I said, he was just cool as hell. He was a great worker, and to this day, you can argue one of the coolest faction of all time.
Easily, easily. Like
Like, and I see, and a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers don't get gimmicks that not really themselves. I actually feel like that was really Scott Hall.
100%. Like this is one of those things that like his gimmick was just to be him. And I think that's just really what he did. Now, obviously, people bring up like his past history with like the alcohol and the drugs and stuff like that. And you know, my thing is, yeah, he went through his stuff. First and foremost, who doesn't? Let's
Everybody,
just
yeah. I
yeah,
was just gonna
let's
say
you know what I
that.
mean. That's always my thing. Like first and foremost, who doesn't? Let's just get that out the
It's
way,
all
right?
about how you bounce back from it.
Exactly, and he was bouncing back. Like let's be honest, when especially like the older guys, when you're wrestling dog, back then, you gotta remember this was a time where cigarettes was healthy, bro.
Yeah, you
You know what I
pop
mean?
a
Like,
painkiller and you go
yeah,
back the next night to wrestle. Like,
yeah, and that's what it was, bro. Like this was back in the time where it's like if you're a wrestler, you can't cry. You need to
yeah,
keep wrestling was
gotta
still
hold that
real.
spot.
Yeah, but bro, wrestling was still considered real. So it's like if you were, you know what I mean? You can't if you're a big bad guy, you know what I mean? Like you gotta be tough. You know what I mean?
Just look at the great Stone Cold. Like he was scared to lose his spot, so he kept rushing back from injuries.
Yep.
And
Yep. And he admits it to
yeah,
this day. If he was like, if he's like, if I could change one thing, it was just my not me coming back, just my fear to lose my spot. Because if I didn't have that fear, I would have been fine. He says I could have had a longer career. Who knows?
yeah,
You know, it's just, I've seen on Twitter a lot of people bring up a lot of things about Scott Hall's past, and I'm like, I understand why people are doing it. You're miserable. You want attention for yourself. So, you want to do that. My thing is, look, did he do his dumb stuff? Yes. But he was also trying to fix himself.
yeah.
He was trying to get back on that right path. So I always say this. If you're doing something wrong, yeah, you need to get knocked a little bit. You know what I mean? Someone close to you's got to grab you. But when they do and they tell you to get it together and then you do, I think that's when we got to stop holding your past against you. He didn't kill anybody. You know what I mean? There were some allegations that he hit some exes of his, you know. But again, he's done everything he could to be
Yeah.
better. So it's like at some point, why keep holding it
Yeah,
against him?
and we in a society where nowadays when you pass away, they bring up all the negative shit that you do, other than
Yeah, which is
focusing on all
which
the
is
great
like,
you done.
yeah, and my thing is like, I understand he did it. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, he did drugs. I understand that. But let's be honest, in
Yeah,
the
but
grand scheme of things, him popping painkillers, does that really make this man Satan?
yeah, I'm gonna say I applaud that, but that shit tough to wrestle 7 days a week. Come on
Antichrist says
now.
rumor has it that he had 3 heart attacks, which is before he went on life support. That the reason they put him on life support because he had 3 heart attacks, and every time they stabilized them, within an hour another one came, which is why they ended up putting him on life support. But yeah, man, like my thing is like, Scott Hall lived his life. And again, let's be honest, bro. If we could mention Chris Benoit's name still, and people say, like, you got to separate what he did from his in-ring work. If you could say that for Chris Benoit, you damn sure better say that about Scott Hall.
Yeah.
For all you old heads, if you're saying what Jimmy Fly Super Snooker did wasn't really his fault and it was a CTE, you then need to give this man a pass as well. That's just one thing I just didn't like. A lot of people have been like slandering his name and being mad rude to him and whatnot. And my thing is like, look, I understand, and I'll say it to the day I die. I understand he did some, did things that a lot of people would frown upon. I get it. But if a dude is changing his life, why should we keep holding his past against him? Especially a past that, again, he's not killing anyone. It's just more substance abuse.
And it's weird because they don't want to see somebody doing it. They want you to continue to be, effed up. They don't want to see you doing good.
Right.
Changing your life around.
Right. And to me, that's what really kind of, what I don't really like about it, because I've seen people and I've been arguing with people basically all day. Like, look, I understand that, he did, he did drugs, right? I understand that. But here's my thing when it comes to that. You name me one guy who did it.
Yeah, especially in that era.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, in that era, let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. Who has it? Who has it?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's what they did, because back again, we got to remember the time. Back then, smoking cigarettes was healthy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, man? Like doing cocaine, bro. Like that was an upper. That was an upper.
That was a Red Bull.
Yeah, bro. Back then, cocaine was their Red Bull. That's what it was. So you gotta take that into some type of consideration, especially. And again, I'm not saying that what he did was right, but the man was only hurting himself.
Yeah.
He didn't go out and do it, and it's just a shame how the guy probably was in an enormous amount of pain. I'm hoping he wasn't. I'm hoping he went peacefully, and that's it.
Same here.
You know what I mean? I that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it was short. You know what I mean? Something real quick, nothing too crazy. Go ahead, Mike.
And I'm glad he got a chance to experience, the Hall of Fame.
Yes, while he did, yes. Yep. I'm so glad about that.
He got his flowers.
Yes, 100%. And that's one thing I will always, and my thing is, I'm in the minority when I say this. I believe you should be able to separate a guy's career from what he did personally. Like, for instance, me, this going to be very controversial. People are going to get mad at me. But I do believe Chris Benoit is one of, if not the best workers in the ring. And I'm comfortable saying that.
Yeah, I'm not. That's facts. That's
right. So every time, so if we have a conversation, who's one of the best technical workers, you will hear me bring up Chris Benoit. You will.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't go to excuse or erase or justify what he
did. Yeah.
That's not what it is. Because I can separate the two. For instance,
some people don't want to separate it.
And that's tricky. And that's a tricky slope, because when it comes to it, it's like, this is a conversation that, frankly, I don't know the answer to. Should we separate it?
Another reason why I feel like, WWE don't want to do that is just they don't want kids to Google Chris Benoit and see.
It's like the same thing with China.
Yeah, with China.
They don't want people to go, oh yeah, China, Google it and find her sex tape.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they'll be like, oh yeah, X-Pac, the dude who happened to be in the sex tape with her. Oops. Yeah. They bring up Paige all the time. And guess what? She got a train ran on her. What are we doing? Xavier Woods from the New Day fucked her. And guess who had the camera? Brad Maddox.
Hey, and then they switched. I heard about that and seen that. I looked at Xavier Woods.
Bro, I didn't listen. I'll tell you now. I didn't believe it, so I actually looked it up. When I saw it, I was like,
Xavier Woods, my man. He just
and at the time I was like, yo, Xavier Woods is trash. I saw it and I was like, oh, now he goated on God. I was like, if I'm booking shit, I'm giving him a title. And yeah, yo, China has a sex tape. And that's why, and that's the reason they say that they banned her. But the problem with that is who's in the sex tape with her? Sean Waltman, X-Pac. And they bring that dude up every time possible.
I know she did some more. She did some more work for the I'm gonna say the Triple X
Listen, man, I'm gonna put it to you this way, man. They let Shawn Michaels pose for Playgirl with the belt covering his dick. Fuck off. Fuck off. I mean 100. Fuck off. Is this the same Vince who had a storyline that he almost had his daughter be raped and impregnated by the Undertaker before Stone Cold came out and saved her? Isn't this the same dude who had a storyline that he was fucking around with Trish Stratus while his wife was in like some trance? Wait a minute. Isn't this the same man who okayed for Edge and Lita to have a sex party in the middle of the ring? To the point they had a bed and they were in there. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. I understand what you're saying about the kids. You don't want them to go and find out.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's what I forgot who said it, but it was an interview. That's what the person who was in the interview had said that
it was her.
Yeah, it probably was.
It was because I remember because they asked about it, and he said, you know, he straight up said, he was like, if we bring her up and then I go, my kid, he goes, my kid Googles it, whatever. Yeah, and he goes, and then he's like, look what they'll find. I was like, nah, that's not why. You don't want the world to find out. You don't want your kids to find out that she was fucking with China, and then you was dipping your tip in Steph at the same time.
Facts.
That's all it is. It's not because of her. It's not because it's none of that. It's none of that. That's why I was low-key salty when DX was inducted that he didn't mention China. He didn't mention China, but he was willing to mention Rick Rude. Let that sink in for you.
And to be honest, she was bigger than all of them except for maybe you could say Triple H and
she was the third biggest person in that faction. It was Shawn and Triple H. You could flip them if you want, and then it was China.
I know.
Because China was always there too, bro. She was always there. So it's like
to this day, I don't like you said, I don't Xboxes and Road Dogg, Billy Gunn. I like them, but they wasn't. They didn't mid.
Yeah. They're they'll come out on occasion. Like they're the type of dudes that I like to see every once in a while. Like Billy Gunn, he'll come out with his Gun Club shit like once a month on AEW. Okay, that's fine. Hey, look, Billy Gunn. Same thing with Road Dogg, right? He'll come out and be like, hey, just wait a second, whatever. And I don't mind that. But again, I don't know. It's weird, man. And I always feel like we should separate them.
Yeah.
But then again,
because it's wrestling. It's a WWE Hall of Fame.
Right. Like,
and half the motherfuckers in the
dumb shit. Let's just call it what it is.
They just throwing motherfuckers in there.
And no disrespect, Charmel. Like, what the fuck did she do?
And she had one good run as Queen Charmel with King Booker.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And I can name
really a good run though because of her.
Oh,
and that's like.
And I can name 5 women who deserve that spot. Victoria,
easily.
Mickie James,
easily.
Somebody they won't give it to, Gail Kim.
If they don't give it to Gail Kim, I'm burning down the Hall of Fame.
Who was I think I'm missing a handful of names that they can.
Tori Wilson. I'm talking about who deserves more than Charmel.
Oh yeah, I can see Tori Wilson.
Tori Wilson's a fringe, but she definitely deserves more than Charmel.
Yeah.
You said Victoria already. You said
Victoria's the main one. I still don't know why she's not inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Well, supposedly she and the WWE are kind of on hard times right now.
Like they at a point where it's the Hall of Fame. They scrapping for names just
which is horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible. And I done said this all the time.
I don't watch the shit no way, so.
Just excuse me, I'm glaring at my fiance right now because she decided to have her phone loud as shit. It's crazy. She really thinks I'm tight, but I'm just staring at her. I'm just being a dickhead. But I mean, look, bro, when it comes to Hall of Fame, bro, they're down bad. And it's not a good bad, it's a bad. Like it's a bad. Like, okay, no disrespect to Charmel, no disrespect to her whatsoever. But let's be honest. If your best run isn't because of you, but because of who you were associated with, do you really deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? And I will say this right now. The whole King Booker thing, or King Booker, it's perfectly normal. It runs perfectly on track. Nothing changes if Charmel's not there.
I
Instead
mean,
of having
you
her
just
the
added a
probably
different angle, like just her being a queen. You could do different things
yeah,
and
and she
include
couldn't
her with
and she couldn't work in the ring. So that's not really her.
yeah,
She can't work in the ring. So it's like,
just to
okay,
help him out.
right. So it's like she was more of like a little decoy type of thing where like, she'll go with him. Kind of like like a manager, but even then her talking really wasn't that great. It was solid, but it wasn't great enough to make her kind of, talk
I mean,
because Booker T is great on the mic.
a king
He's
needed a
great on the
queen.
mic.
That's I mean that just go hand in hand.
Right.
King needed a queen.
Right.
That's his real wife.
So yeah, so it kind of was it was perfect.
Yeah.
So, but bro, it's very it's how she's in it, it's very confusing. It's very confusing. But speaking of confusing, bro, speaking of confusing, Seth freaking Rollins is not gonna is it appears he's missing Mania according to the storyline. So in case you guys didn't watch Raw, I'll fill you in. So basically, Seth Rollins has been, oh my god, I need to be at WrestleMania. Oh my god, I need to be at WrestleMania. He's been doing that for a while, and he went over to Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was like, hey, look, man, you're smart. Do like, look what I did. I went and I was like, hey, look, I I didn't have a match and I figured something out. And I did a talk show with Stone Cold. And basically they started going on. Long story short, what ended up happening was Kevin Owens was like, I have an idea. I'm gonna do a talk show at WrestleMania. And my guess is gonna be Stone Cold. And Kevin Owens is like, okay, no, that's not fair. Bickered back and forth. And then the main event at Raw was basically Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins one-on-one. The winner was basically gonna host a talk show that will host Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Dumb
Which
booking 1-on-1.
we said
How
what?
the dumb booking 1-on-1? How the hell you got two of your best workers fighting to see who gonna
And
interview
there's
Stone Cold,
and
and you
and
got
there's
Johnny Knoxville on a goddamn card?
and right here the funny part, their supposed little their thing right now, their storyline right now is that they're best friends. Like, let that sink in. They're supposedly best friends, and you're gonna do it's just so bizarre. It's so weird. Um, there's been rumors that basically Cody Rhodes is coming back, and when he returns, he's supposed to be facing Seth Rollins, which I kind of like, but at the same time, I don't want Cody going back. I'm hoping and praying and crossing my fingers that Cody Rhodes is ended up gonna stay with AEW. Him being released as a work. Remember what I said when it first happened? It's a work. I done called it from the. I can't remember if I said it was gonna be like
Yeah,
an invasion angle.
yeah, I think you said that. I was gonna say
I
the same
might
thing.
have.
Now I think it's since he brought Ring of
I
Honor, I
might,
think
and
it's
that's what I'm saying. I'm. It might have. I can't remember. I know for a fact I did pitch that it was a work. I'm gonna have to double check to make sure because I don't want to say, "Oh yeah,
now
called the invasion," and then next thing you know, Gridiron Yuki comes in and goes, "Hey yo, bitch boy, you were wrong. This is what really happened," and then I end up being wrong. So I'm not gonna
I know
take that
you
full credit.
said it's a word. And I know we
Yes.
talked about invasion angle, but
So
I'm not sure.
maybe I did. I'm gonna rewatch it just to be on the safe side, just to make sure that I'm not BSing nobody. But um, with Ring of Honor being bought, Tony Khan coming out saying I bought Ring of Honor. I know they do want to make Ring of Honor their developmental system, which okay, it's fine. But before they do that, you to put eyes on it, I think an invasion angle would be perfect. I really think it'd be perfect. So
The question is, how long
but
do you do
supposedly
it though?
if Cody Rhodes ends up going to WWE, supposedly it's supposed to be him and Seth. Mike, what do you think Seth Rollins should do?
I mean, what other high profile matches that's really left to even build? What, 2 weeks away from Mania? So it's kind of like I don't know, like the Cody match. Yeah, it'll be cool, but I'm not really. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm not really high on Cody. I just thought he was all right. He wasn't, you know.
Well, so this is what I think is gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be a story mode type of situation. You know what I think it'll be?
Just a one-off
I think.
match.
Well, I just think it's gonna be Seth Rollins coming out and him doing a thing where he's hijacking the show, where he comes out and goes, "I'm not going anywhere." You know what I mean? And then he kind of starts dancing, kind of, doing nothing. And then someone comes out, probably Cody. Hope not. It's probably Cody. Cody's gonna be like, "Ew,
Yeah, I gotta give
back."
me a 12-pack of beers so I can sit through both of these nights and watch this shit. Cause I am so not high on this WrestleMania for some reason.
Honestly, kind of honest, that's why I want to do a watch along of it, because like I'm gonna be BSing 95% of the time. There's only a couple matches I don't even want to say that I truly care about, because I feel like saying that I care about them is a little bit excessive. The one I'm 1000% excited about is Edge versus AJ.
Yeah, AJ. Yeah.
I think that one's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
Charlotte versus Ronda, maybe. I'm just more curious to see if Ronda really got better.
They have no chemistry. I don't think they got chemistry like that.
Well, I just want to see if Ronda got better. Because if Ronda got better, I'll be like, okay, giving her the, because I think I told you, Ronda winning the belt, I was like, I'm not mad at it if she got better. That was my only caveat with it. I was okay, but she needs to be better than what she was before. I think this is what we'll officially find out. If it's horrible, okay, that's crazy. I don't know what to tell you. And then Becky versus Bianca.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm a huge Bianca Belair. She actually supposed to be in Chicago on the 21st, but that's a 2-hour drive. So
go over there. Be like, hey girl, dap her up. I've always wanted to go up to her and say, hit me with the hair. Because I want to know, does it really hurt that bad? Or like, is it kind of just like the echo? You know what I mean? Like,
think about the times where I smacked you in the face with my ponytail.
Okay, first of all, Amy conversations will see your way out. That's I have her. I have her in check.
This was a
whoa, yo, whoa, yo, whoa, hold on, yo, hold on, whoa. All right. You better relax, bro. You better relax. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, you better relax. Yo, it can get wicked in here, son. It can get wicked in here.
The only thing getting wicked is your face.
Whoa, I'm a wick you up, son. Yeah. As I was saying, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for that rude interruption. How dare she? Oh.
You know your audience loves me.
No respect, Mike. No respect. But Becky and Bianca, I don't like Becky Lynch anymore. Yeah. My fiance loves Becky Lynch. She loves Becky Lynch.
Everybody loves Becky.
Right. So it's like my thing. Can you not, please? Thanks, bud. But for me, I don't know. It's just
you probably just tired of her. Probably probably that's probably.
I mean, maybe. Well, to be fair, you know what I really think it is? I think her returning and then the disrespect they did Bianca, I think that kind of
rubbed you the wrong way.
Yeah, that's what I really think it is. You know what I mean? Because when she's on TV, I'm not going, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not disrespecting her like that. But it's just like before she left with her pregnancy, it was like I'm rocking with her deep. And now it's like she almost seems like John Cena to me. Where it's like opponent step up. You can't see me. And then they get beat. And then no one can beat me. Oh no, can you beat me? You can't beat me. Someone else, you can beat me. And it's just, you know what I mean? Like there's just, it always just seems like no one's really gonna win. You know what I mean? I think Becky or Bianca's gonna win, but
yeah, me too.
I'm not as high on this match. And I just think you know what? You want to know what I think it is? I think the main reason I'm scared is I don't want them to do what they did at SummerSlam, where it's just Becky comes out and then boop, all of a sudden it's game over.
I don't think they would.
I don't want to give them my heart. I don't want to give WWE my heart because they've hurt my heart before. They've curb stomped on my heart before.
Yeah, plenty of times.
So
I think out of anything that WWE hurt my heart the most out of any time in my life, anybody in my lifetime.
So yep. But that as
like that thought ass ex you keep going back to you after
every time. And you know she a thought, for the streets, but you just keep going back.
Keep going back, bro.
You keep going back. You delete her. Matter of fact, you change her name and your number to Dub, but you never block her. You don't delete her number.
We got to see it through time and time again.
100%. And you know you're gonna get your heart broken. You know. But you're just holding out like maybe this time I won't.
I can't even say W. Like, I'm more so Vince than.
No, it's not becoming WWE. I don't know if you saw NXT, but dog. Indy Hartwell, I think that's her name.
Yeah,
I forgot her name. Shorty, who's messing around
with Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis.
Yeah.
They had a. Basically, they was fucking with clothes on.
Yeah, I've been checking into NXT a couple. It's different around. They got a lot of like.
It's not good. It's not good anymore, man. Because now it feels like WWE 3.0.
Yeah, like it was the one girl who everybody was Nikita, who everybody was just
everyone's sipping over her. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, she got a fat butt. Nice, whatever. Can she work? Like, because listen, if I want to see a fat butt, that's what I got my girl for. So it's like you see what I'm saying? It's like, cool. She got a fat butt. Cool. Yeah, she's cute. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, who else is cute on the roster? You know what I mean?
What's the funny thing about her is, I don't know you how good
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't know.
I was like, if you want to see cute, look at Liv Morgan
or Mandy Rose. But I don't know how good you familiar with reality TV. Like back in the day, remember I Love New York? And then they had Chance. So Chance had a reality TV show and she was on his TV show. So I was just on YouTube. I seen the clip. So I'm watching. But when I'm watching her, she's trying to persuade like a gangster. Like she's talking thuggish. Like a rapper. So then I see him in wrestling. I'm like, yo, I just seen her beating bitches up on reality TV show.
And like I said, look, I'm not going front. She's very attractive, right? She does have a nice body, right? I'm not, but let's be honest. Remember,
you got some kickboxing skills though,
and that's my thing. I'm like, okay, where's her credibility? You know what I mean? Because of course, yeah, she's cute, whatever. But my thing is, dog. Remember last time? Remember the whole Divas division where it was all looks? Yeah. We hated it. Remember, I'm gonna talk based on my my experience. I was sucking the mess off of Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Bayley because I was like, oh my god, women who can wrestle. And they found him. I'm like, you know what I mean? Yo, look at this simp. Look at this simp. Look at this simp. Frankie, I love you. And it's crazy. I'm in a group chat with him, right? And I remember the first day I heard about her, he sent a message and he sent a picture of her. And he was like, oh my God. And I'm like, look, you feel me? Look, listen, call me Ty Dillinger because, okay, 10, right? I get it. But I'm just saying, don't simp too hard. Because if you do, guess what's going to be next? Eva Marie's going to come back. Do not let Vince do that. He's just waiting for us to slip up. He's waiting for us to slip up so he can bring Eva Marie back.
But she just based off that, she had a huge falling just by one match and the way she pinned. She was like the topic of the show. Like everybody was on Twitter talking about her.
Everyone, and the thing is,
I know her from a reality TV show, which I still find it funny as hell.
It is crazy too because like I just like for me anyway, it's like I don't know. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? I'm just not trying to simp hard for her. I'm really not because I know
But
what's
you
gonna
should not
happen. The
follow her
instant
Instagram, then, bro. You'll
I'm
be
good.
pissed.
I'm good. Thank God I don't rock with Instagram. But this is what I'm telling people. Do not simp too hard. If you want to say she's cute, that's fine. I'm with it. Do not simp too hard.
But it's hard not to simp, bro.
Don't get it twisted. I know it's hard.
Have
Mike,
we
you gotta be
ever
strong.
seen a woman come through with a body like that, especially on WWE? It's used to like
I know, Mike. I know it's hard. Don't get it twisted. I know it's hard.
but I ain't simp. I got my own other, simp.
No, and
like
I got the love of my
Mandy
life right here. The
Rose,
apple of my eye, my baby
Liv
girl,
Morgan.
the woman I want to spend the rest of my life
I
with.
hope so because
You know what I
I
mean?
don't think you're talking about like y'all ain't got women.
No. But we're just.
No, y'all just being dogs.
See, yo, Mike, and this is the bullshit about it, right? If she asks me, do you think someone's attractive? And if it's a wrong answer either way, right? Because if I say no, I'm lying, and if I say yes, she gets mad.
I want to know. But you out here just talking a hot mess.
Did I say I want to fuck her?
You implied it.
What?
We talk
Mike,
about somebody
Mike.
you probably will never meet.
No, but real talk. By the way, Mike, if you're down, let us know.
Yeah, I was. Well, that was Royal Rumble we did.
Yes, it was Royal Rumble we did. But the thing is, instead of just me and you, it's me, you, Frankie. We watched the AEW Revolution, and like it was us. We didn't go live. It was so fun because we were bullshitting the whole time. I'm about to just stitch myself out because Frankie probably will. I sang Wild Thing for the boys and I took my shirt off. Okay. So feel me? I had my shirt. I was doing this and everything. I was like, woo! See what I'm saying? So by the way, yes, my girl is Hispanic. So, gotta be careful. So the Rockies have signed Chris Bryant. Wow. And ready to the funny part? Guess what just so happens to be on my Twitter right now? Guess what,
Same
Nate?
thing.
Look what just so happens to be on my Twitter. I gotta share my screen. Look what just so happens to be on my Twitter. And I've scrolled it and I've been on there for a while and I haven't even looked at it. I've been looking here for the longest time. He says it and it just so happens that 7-year, $182 million.
Breaking news.
I wish I was good at sports. Frank Hughes says not once but twice alone. He came out and then one. He's like, pride was turned up for Moxley. Yeah, because here's the thing. Frankie is a Kenny Omega fanboy. He's a Kenny Omega mark. So he was trying to imply that, that Kenny Omega was better than John Moxley. And I'm like, hey, yo, bitch, who's active? What up? Feel me? Mike, it's an open invitation. So if you want to come both nights, if you want to come one night,
Yeah,
it's
most
fine.
definitely.
I think Logan's going to be there and Jay. Listen, those dudes, I'm telling you, bro, hilarious.
I ain't missed a WrestleMania since the network came out.
I wish. You say you haven't missed a Mania?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, ever since I got the network, I think it was like 2 months, right? Actually, no, I haven't missed a pay-per-view. Actually. Yeah, I haven't missed a pay-per-view since I got. And this was back on the network before they transferred over to Peacock.
Yeah, on the network, I ain't missed one. But
yeah, I had it, and then they transferred over.
Lately, I haven't been really checking in. I'm more of a SummerSlam, Royal Rumble.
I watch them all. I'm a loser.
Depend on the match card.
Yeah, but nah, bro. If you want to, let me know, bro. Because
I'll be down.
100%, bro. It's gonna be turned. It's gonna be turned as fuck.
I said, my girl already know WrestleMania. I don't miss WrestleMania. I don't miss the Super Bowl.
Period. I don't miss the World Series. I don't miss the NBA Finals. Period. Period. It's for comedic effect. Relax. Come on. It's for comedic effect. Relax. I'm gonna get killed on Friday. Like I'm dead, so Friday might be canceled. But WrestleMania, for the past couple years, they've been doing it 2 nights. Let me ask you something, Mike. How are you rocking with the whole 2-night event for WrestleMania?
I can't stand it.
Really?
I feel like it's too much. It's like you just stretching it out. You just throwing matches together, other than just like taking your time putting together a show. Now you rushing to try to put together matches for both nights.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be 1,000% honest with you. I like it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that, but
I like my time, and I don't want to watch night one and see 2 good matches, then go back to night 2 and see 1 good match. Then I done wasted 14 hours of fucking wrestling and on a weekend.
Yeah.
14 hours, bro, because you got to add the pre-show.
You're trying to change my mind. No, I'm rocking with it. Listen, and let me explain to you why, Mike. Let me explain to you why. Yeah, and I was about to say, would you rather have one night that's like 7.5 hours, 8 hours long, or 2 nights that's like 4 hours? Think about it. Maybe 5.
Yeah. But I just hate because they scramble to put together matches. Like this match card is not good at all. Like,
I don't even think it's just because of the 2-night thing. I just think this company's just dumb as shit because we've seen them do this shit before. You know what I mean? I will say this.
But sometimes they go over 5 hours, but they keep it at 4 to 5 hours. That's cool. With some good matches. All right, that's cool. Last year WrestleMania was pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it was 2 nights, right?
Yeah, but I'm just not feeling this one because there's too there's too many celebrities.
If Pat McAfee loses to Austin Theory, he deserves to be fired. His career better be on the line. I'm not kidding. And here's why I like it. First and foremost, it's like less time, so you know what I mean? Like sitting down watching it. But here's another reason why I like it. If you're gonna push WrestleMania, let's be honest, if we're gonna push WrestleMania as this whole thing where it's super duper special and all that stuff, why not make it 2 nights? You need to separate it from every other pay-per-view, and I think 2 nights does it. I really now obviously, you know, that is kind of a risk because let's be honest, let's be honest here. Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul and The Miz. That's not even a Raw main event. Like Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. We've seen that match how many times?
Yes, I
You know what I mean? I mean, maybe the KO show with Steve Austin. I mean, I don't know what the fuck to expect. I really fucking don't. Carmella and my girl's best friend Carmella, because she loves Carmella. She loves her. Carmella and Queen Zelina versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. That one might be
How dare you? Oh, jeez, I almost broke that.
Damn.
Don't ever say that Carmella is my best friend. I swear to God, I might just kill you next time.
We almost seen the murder on live. What the fuck, Von Miller? I never said rest him. They just gave Von
Miller is getting a 6-year deal with the Bills. It's crazy. The Bills are giving him a 6-year deal, and he's getting paid. Can you go somewhere? I no longer feel safe in this household.
Oh, you no longer feel safe in the household?
You be beating the fuck out of me. Stop the games.
Don't even say that. There's people that would believe you.
Am I lying?
You are.
You heard that hesitation?
Bro. Okay. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. But I got a big ass bruise on my leg that I could totally say that was his fault.
Stay in your lane. 6 years, 120 million. That's what he's getting paid.
At 32 years old.
Wow. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. You said he's at 32, injury prone. Yet, thank you, Anthony Price. I got someone who said he'll sign the papers. I appreciate it. That's wild though. That's why we're definitely listen. All of these signings, we're definitely going over them on Friday. Period. We're definitely going over them on Friday because this has a lot of implications, not only for the respective teams, but also other teams in the NFL. So I promise you, we are going to talk about those. But in terms of WrestleMania, two nights, I like it. I really do.
I mean, I
Again,
like it. I just want to
special.
see some good. I just want to see some good storylines and some good wrestling.
And
I'm old school.
And I'm with you there because again,
I don't
Johnny
wanna
Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Didn't we just see this?
Yeah, I don't want to see fucking Johnny Knoxville. I'm
Like-
cool with seeing one celebrity like Bad Bunny. That's I'm cool with just one celebrity.
And I think the difference with Bad Bunny is the fact that like he literally took time off.
Yes.
And actually respected it to the point that he was training. He moved to Orlando to train for it.
That's why I'm not mad at Pat McAfee because
Pat McAfee has done it right.
Yes.
Like, he's done this. He's been training for a long time. You know what I mean? So it's like again,
and then like I know he a star, but he not really nobody really looking for Johnny Knoxville, to be honest with you.
The only reason they're only doing it because the whole the movie.
Yeah. Which I don't think not a lot of people even went to go watch that.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but ever since
I see jackasses every day when I at work.
Yeah, bro. Ever since Ryan Dunn died, bro, it just I don't know. It didn't hit the same.
Yeah, that's my whole concern. I just hate seeing too many celebrities. Like,
no, I'm with you.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I care too much about wrestling. I don't want to see bullshit. But yeah,
nah, for me,
it.
And I don't mind. I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? I do. My thing is, I don't mind. I really don't. But where I kind of look at it a little different is like, why do you have them here, right? Like, if you're just having them there because you need filler, I think that's when you start to lose credibility. I think that's when you really start to lose it. You know what I mean? Like, again, the actual 2-night format, I don't have a problem with. But let's be honest, it's a very weak card. Again, Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. That's not even main eventing Raw or even SmackDown. That's something you see on Superstars. Like, you know what I mean? Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. I hate the match just because of Austin Theory. Fuck that kid.
Where's his bottle?
But yeah.
I'm gonna watch it though. But I'm not really too excited. Hopefully, maybe it may change my mind. But as of right now, my excitement level is probably at a 3. And that's only because I want to see what Stone Cold going to do. And I want to see AJ versus Edge. And I want to see what the hell they're going to do with this Roman shit. That's it. I don't care about the match. I just want to see the outcome.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see the outcome.
Because I was there in New Orleans, WrestleMania 34, where a good chunk of the crowd left before the match was even over.
Yeah.
And I was one of those dudes. Once I seen Brock hit him like 3 on suplex, time to go.
Yep. That's just how it be. And again, it's really sad, bro. It really is, bro. Because again, don't get it twisted. I like me some WrestleMania, but again,
and I wonder how they sell tickets. Do you buy one ticket for both nights, or you got to buy 2 tickets?
So supposedly they offer you 2. So it's 2 things, right? So it's if you want to only go for one night, there's a 1-night thing. And then there's a 2-night price, but it's not double the tickets. I think it's only like $40 or $50 more.
And you get the same seat both nights?
Yes. Yeah, you get the same seat both nights. Yeah. At least that's the last thing I heard. But last time I heard they were thinking about changing it. So God bless them, bro. God bless them because
I'm not paying 2 tickets because them tickets. Well, when I went, it wasn't that expensive. I found someone on the cheap end. But yeah, 2 tickets for 2 nights.
Yep, it is. But again, like the extra money it's not too much. Like I said, it's only like $40 or $50 more or whatever. and then you get the same seat. So
I do know they come in to Chicago for Hell in a Cell. Almost definitely gotta.
So you want to be there?
Yeah, I never seen a cage match live. Or Hell in
I
a
heard
Cell.
actually seen that cage come to. I heard it's crazy. I actually drop it. I heard it's crazy, bro. Heard it's big. I heard it's crazy.
I told my girl I gotta go there. So I like, if you don't go, I'm still going. If you do go, cool, we can go. But anyways, I'm going.
That's funny. This has been the Prideful Takes podcast. Appreciate everyone spending some time with us. Follow us on Twitter at Prideful Takes. Anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to tag us in there and we will talk about it. Catch us on Facebook at Prideful Takes, and we also are on YouTube at Prideful Takes. Feel free to give us a sub. Visit our website, www.pridefultakes.com. Not only is every episode of the podcast up there, but we also have original articles. Almost ripped my son's hair clean out of his thing. And check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, the Prideful Takes podcast. If you guys have an iPhone, just say, "Hey Siri, play the Prideful Takes podcast," and she takes care of the rest. As always, for all your organic skincare needs, go to www.fatco.com. Use discount code Prideful Takes at checkout and get 15% off. Mike, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Von Miller, what a legend. What a legend in the. I don't know what's the worst contract, him or Christian Kirk. We'll talk about that on Friday. But on behalf of Mike, it's your boy Pride. Will be back here Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Knew where that was going. That was a great read. Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the
2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone.
To Shohei Ohtani. Center field. Let's watch it go. Did several of those inside low kicks.